Hello everyone. Hope you're doing great. This is Motorsport Progression, and I'm back again with another video. So these are the times here, the classification for free practice two for the Australian Grand Prix. Now, okay. So everyone tuning in, all the Formula Ones tuning in. Yeah, thank you for tuning in and thank you for showing all your support. Also, okay, let's dive in. So from FP1 here, the quickest time was a 1:17.252. So FP2 by that was by Lando Norris. FP2 the quickest time was a 1:16.434. So that's just about 8 or 9 tenths difference. So when we talk about track evolution, the track does evolve, over the weekend. And let's say you get to the track, you do your first FP1. There might be dust on the track, or the tires are just getting used to the track, and the cars are getting quicker, and the fuel loads, whatever. It makes a difference. So the track is evolving. So just about 8 tenths of the time from free practice one. So okay, let's dive into it straight away. You had Charles Leclerc, the quickest here, with a 1 minute 16.432 seconds. So 439 seconds, and he had 31 laps. Oscar Piastri was in second, yeah, with he was about a tenth off, 0.1244 seconds off, yeah, just about a tenth. And he done 29 laps, so he was ahead of his teammate Lando Norris, and Lando Norris was 0.141 seconds off, and he done 29 laps as well. So they done identical runs in the McLaren, and Lando Norris was saying, yeah, coming into the weekend that he reckons the Ferraris have some pace, and he's looking right. And he also believed he also said we're not the quickest team. Some people got short memory, and then coming into the weekend a couple of days ago, he's like, yo, yesterday he was like, we're the quickest team. Like I can win. So I mean, it depends, it depends how you feel, sometimes. Okay. Also, Verstappen was on pole position last year, but in this session, he finished in seventh. He was about 0.624 seconds off the top time, and with 21 laps. You had a couple of hometown heroes as well. You got Jack Doohan in the Alpine. He finished 14th in free practice two. Then Oscar Piastri as well is a hometown hero. He's from Australia, so the fans got something to cheer on. So if Piastri wins or gets on the podium, the Australians will be very happy. And if Jack Doohan scores some good points as well, they'll be happy. And uh, yeah, in FP2 as well, there was a little incident where Lando Norris, he actually had to overtake Liam Lawson coming out of the pits, yeah, using a little bit of the grass because he couldn't wait, for Lawson, to get his start procedure or whatever. And then he had an incident at turn three as well, Lando Norris, but he avoided the gravel trap, and yeah. And then Gasly wasn't so lucky. He was into the gravel trap at the same turn three. He was complaining about the brakes that he couldn't brake, and he locked up. So from what I've seen, from FP1, they were having problems with turn seven, and then in FP2 they were having problems with turn three, and also turn six and turn seven. Yeah, same. So yeah, so they were having problems with turn six and turn seven as well. The drivers, I'm sure they will be correcting those errors. And so for turn six and seven, Nico Hulkenberg, he was across the gravel as well. But the preferred line is to, take a little bit of the curb on the inside, and the gravel is right there as well. So sometimes some of the drivers, they scatter stones onto the track, like Liam Lawson, and also Yuki Tsunoda. He left some dust, coming out of the corner. So turn six, seven, the complex is a really, really a problem for the drivers. I mean, there was a little problem in FP1 and FP2 as well. it seems like about 4 or 5 drivers, had a little problem there. Also, Lance Stroll had a mistake as well. He done a mistake, but he finished ninth overall in FP2. He went across the grass in turn one, and then also George Russell locked up at turn 13. Turn 13. And then yeah, Kimi Antonelli was pushing as well. His teammate Antonelli was pushing, to get some good times on board, but he struggled a little bit. And then just keep in mind this is his first race. He's only like 17, 18, so he's gonna only get better. You know what I mean? And there was a bit of traffic on track as well. Some of the drivers was not looking in their mirrors as to allow other drivers on the fast lap to go past them. And yeah, there was a couple of incidents there. So yes, they just they're a bit rusty. The drivers are a bit rusty, so they're getting used to it a little bit. And yeah, for the racing bulls, Isaac Hadjar was P6, and his teammate was 2 places ahead of him in P4, Yuki Tsunoda. So the only problem was Oliver Behrman. He couldn't run. He couldn't come out because of the crash in FP1. The team was not able to fix the car in time for him to come out in free practice 2. So that was a little problem for Oliver Behrman there. And yeah, man, that was really what happened in free practice 2. There was a few mistakes, turn 6, 7 complex. The drivers have to get that, sorted. And yeah, turn 3 as well, people were sliding out. So yeah, man, that's really what happened. But the Ferrari was quickest from the 2 McLarens. And yeah, I just want to say to everyone, thank you for your support. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment. If you got any questions, drop it below and I'll answer it. And share the video so it can other people can get the knowledge as well. So I'm just gonna give you the full classification from number 1 to 20. And yeah, let's go. So you got Charles Leclerc for Scuderia Ferrari. He had a 1 minute 16.42439 seconds. Yeah, 31 laps. In second position, you got Oscar Piastri in the McLaren. He was 0.124 seconds off the pace with 29 laps. In third position, you got Lando Norris for McLaren. He was 0.141 seconds off with 29 laps. In fourth position, you got Yuki Tsunoda in the Racing Bull. He was 0.345 seconds off with 28 laps. In fifth position, you got Lewis Hamilton in a Ferrari. He was 0.42 seconds off with 30 laps. And in sixth position, you got Isaac Hadjar in the Racing Bulls. He was 0.58 seconds off with 29 laps. In seventh position, you got Max Verstappen. He was 0.624 seconds off with 21 laps. In eighth position, you got Nico Hulkenberg in a Kick Sauber. He was 0.722 seconds off with 23 laps. In ninth position, you got Lance Stroll in the Aston Martin. He was 0.84 seconds off with 27 laps. In 10th position, you got George Russell in the Mercedes. He was 0.843 seconds off with 29 laps. And then in 11th position, you got Carlos Sainz in the Williams. He was 0.863 seconds off with 29 laps. In 12th position, you got Alexander Albon in the Williams. He was 0.863 seconds off with 27 laps. So he had identical times with Carlos Sainz, his teammate. So that's good there for Alexander Albon. Then in 13th position, you got Fernando Alonso in Aston Martin. He was 0.891 seconds off with 26 laps. And then in 14th position, you got Jack Dohan in Alpine. He was 0.955 seconds off with 29 laps. In 15th position, you got Pierre Gasly in Alpine. He was 1.054 seconds off with 30 laps. And then in 16th position, you got Kimi Antonelli in the Mercedes. He was 1.195 seconds off with 30 laps. In 17th position, you got Liam Lawson in the Racing Bull. He was 1.201 seconds off with 29 laps. And in 18th position, you got Gabriel Bortoleto in the Kicksal bar, he was 1.408 seconds off with 28 laps. And then in 19th position, you got Esteban Ocon in a Haas F1. He was 1.595 seconds off with 30 laps. In 20th position, Oliver Behrman, he wasn't able to run because he crashed his car in first practice one, and then he wasn't able to get fixed in time for second practice. So yeah, unlucky for Oliver Behrman there. And I just want to say that the whole field was covered by 1.595 seconds, which is quite close. If it stays like that for the whole weekend, I mean that's reasonable. It shows that the pace differential is reasonable. I'll put it like that. It's not super close, but it's reasonable. And Lewis Hamilton was at 4 tenths of Charles Leclerc's time. He'll be reasonably happy with that because he's a driver that feeds into a race week, and he might be behind his teammate, and then he catches up slowly, and then Isaac Hadjar will be very happy as a rookie, not to be just about a tenth and a half of his teammate, and I'm not sure what setups that Red Bull are running, but there was Max Verstappen was 0.624 seconds off the top time of Charles Leclerc. And the Williams, I'm not sure what setup they're running as well because they had some pace throughout preseason and FP1, free practice one, but free practice two, they were 0.863 seconds off the top time, both the drivers in 11th and 12th. So they might have been running a race simulation. And Kimi Antonelli as well, he was 1.95 seconds off the top time. He would like to get closer. But George Russell was only 0.843 seconds off the top time as well. So Antonelli was about 3 or 4 tenths off George Russell. So he's got a little bit of, if he can close to about 2 tenths, I mean, that would be a good weekend for him. And he doesn't want to be too far from his teammate, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, in all, yeah, it's looking good. So the next one is free practice three, then qualifying, then the race. No, free practice three, then qualifying, and then the next day will be the race. So yeah, peeps. I just want to say thank you to everyone showing support to the channel. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to drop your comments below. Let me know if you got any questions. And also, don't forget to share the video on your various social media platforms as well. Click on another video because there's more content on the channel. I made a series in a playlist talking about the oldest world champions in the history of Formula One. You can check that out as well. And also, yeah, always check back on the channel for more content. So I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you for your support, and on to the next one. Thanks.